In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to do sample number 25, which is a buttonhole. So let me show you what you need to get started. As always, you'll get a template, and then you'll need to cut it out, something like this. And then when you get to your fabric, you're going to want to make sure that you fold the fabric, and you'll want this edge on the fold. And you'll want the grain to be in this direction. So go ahead and do that. Okay, so once you've, cut out your fabric with this side on the fold, you'll want to get a pencil and a ruler. And we need to mark 3 buttonholes. So they need to be each 1 inch long, and you'll start 1 inch down from the top, and then make a buttonhole, space 1 inch, buttonhole, and I might even just do some sideways marks just so I know exactly where they're supposed to end. And then again, skip 1 inch, and something like that. So, and if you really want, you could even just kind of indicate the whole buttonhole, something like that. Alright, so let me show you what else you need to get started. So next thing you need to do is grab this fancy foot called 3A and put it on your machine. And then you need to program stitch number 51. And you'll see basically the buttonhole shape right there on the screen, and it even tells you foot number 3A. So here is how this works. You are going to start by putting the fabric underneath, and you're going to put your needle right here in this top left corner. Start on the left side of the top buttonhole. And just to be sure that you get the placement right, manually insert the needle and move the fabric around until you get it exactly in the top left corner. Then you can put your foot down. So how this works is the very first stitch you do with this foot and this program stitch, it will program and tell the machine that is how long you want the buttonhole to be, and then it will remember that for the next 2. So when you're ready to get started and you've placed everything, you're going to sew, and then when you get down to the end of the bottom left corner, you're just going to press the backwards button once. That's it. It won't even make a beep, but that tells the machine that you are done with that buttonhole, and that is how long it's going to be. And then it will go across a few times on the bottom of the buttonhole, and then it'll go all the way up really fast, and then it'll go down the right side. So let me show you what I mean. Okay. So not quite to the bottom. Not quite. Okay, I'm at the very bottom. I pressed that back stitch button once. It didn't make any beeps, but watch what it does. It goes, oh, okay, now I'm going to go all the way back up. And now it'll kind of seal off the top a few times, and then it's going to do the same thing on the right side. And then I'll do a couple more times across on the bottom. And it gets really slow, and it's done. So, and if you want, while you're sewing, you can move this red lever around and kind of to help you establish where it's going to stop. So here's what it looks like. And you're going to do that for the next 2 buttons. But this time you don't have to hit the backspace button because it's, remember, pre-programmed. Now it knows exactly what length to make the next button. Granted that you place it exactly in the same spot. Start in that top left corner, and then, see, it's just going to do the same length. I didn't even have to stop, so done. All right, let's take a look. Wonderful. Yep, second buttonhole, and they're the exact same length. So you're going to do that for all 3. And then there's one final step I have to show you. Okay, so pretending I sewed all 3 of these, we need to open the buttonhole because it's still solid fabric. So you'll get one of these seam rippers and you will stab the middle of the fabric like that. And then very carefully you're going to pull it and stop right before you get to the part that goes all the way across. And then, or you could start on one end and work your way towards the middle, like that. And then that opens the buttonhole up. So you need to do that for all 3, and then you are done.